Hey, Jeff Howard here at Kiteboarding.com and Fix My Kite. And we want to give you a little hint and tips. We've had some guys ask us some questions about the sheeting system. Now, almost all sheeting systems out there in the industry on any of the kites, bars, have a cleat of some sort. This is a below the bar system. This is a Nash one. And they also use these cleats up above, such as on an O-zone or many of the other ones. And you will see these cleats up in here. Now what will happen is these will gradually wear out, these teeth will take some abuse and everything else, and the problem is the Depower line, or chicken loop line here, begins to not stick or lock into that cleat any longer. They can corrode out a little bit or just wear and tear. Now what I want to do is I want to show you a tip on how to get those to lock in there better. And what you don't see within this Nash one here, internally, if you start feeling on this line, and you'll find it's about 1 foot up from where you pull the balls here to be able to depower that, internally is a 3 millimeter line. I'm sorry, a 2 millimeter line. That 2 millimeter line is the same line that's used on your bridle of your kite. You can change that size of line if you want to, whatever fits or works in your cleat. But what that is it's internally put inside of this line to cause this line to be more round, as well as, if you know Spectra, it'll actually change shape as you push in on the braid or it flattens out on one side. That can cause it to not lock up into that cleat as well. So I want to show you a real quick little tip how to insert that line and get that functioning back and locking down into that cleat again, either above the bar or below the bar. It's not a hard process. What you're going to need is you're going to need a wire. This is a wire, it's doubled over. It's got a loop in here. You can see I bent a small loop. This is also provided in our sleeving kit. At the other end you want to put some kind of stopper on there because it'll slide back into the line. Now what I've done is I've inserted that inside of the Spectra braid. You can loosen up the braid, slide the wire up in there. Now, once you get the wire in there, what you're going to do is you're going to get a piece of bridle line such as this. It doesn't matter the color. Size is the most important part here. If you find that this line is too thick, go down to a fly line or go down to something else. If it's too thin, move on up to a 3 mil, not just a standard 2 mil. Now, the trick to getting this in there is taking this line, and you can see here I've simply cut it, and there's an internal core. Pull that core out just a little bit and snip that core off. And what that does is allows the outside sleeving to slide out beyond the end, and it's very hard to see in the video, but this is a lot thinner at the end and it folds over. It does not have the inner core there, and it allows me to pull that very easily with this wire down through there. So that's a little hint and tip that helps out. Usually about from right where the pull tab is on your sheeting system and up, somewhere in between 12, 13, or 14 inches internally is enough. That's plenty of sheet line that you use. Now that you've got that line and you pulled the core, the sheath back over the core, and it comes out and it's extending right now probably about a ½ inch beyond. You want to melt that end, take that area there, it's real thin, stick it through the wire end that you've sleeved up through there, and fold that over. You'll see it'll just kind of fold over a little bit right there. Slide it up toward that Spectra, pull your wire, and once you get to where it's starting to come out right here, take your wire off. Then work the Spectra where now that line will go internally inside of there. And it's very hard to see, but you'll feel it if you run your fingers down, and it causes that line to be round and stay round. And that's what's important about locking down in those cleat type systems, is getting that round. Now, a lot of the older manufacturers and a lot of the brands did not do this in their lines, and it's something you can easily add in there, and it makes a huge difference of how that locks down in your cleat. So anyway, that's Jeff Howard here at Kiteboarding.com and Fix My Kite, to give you those little hints and tips. If you have any questions about how it works or what system it's good for, give us a call. We'll be happy to help you out.